Welcome back to the Life of PHYS Podcast. I'm your host, Tyson Martin. On this episode, I sit down with Vancouver-based artist and photographer Liz Rosa, a creative whose work blends digital and analog photography with a deeply intuitive sense of movement, emotion, and timeless beauty. Liz's photography carries a very distinct signature. Inspired by the elegance of the old world and the quiet nuances found in nature, her work often evokes a sense of timeless femininity. It's imagery that feels both modern and eternal at the same time. What makes Liz's approach especially unique is how she incorporates her background and love of dance and movement into her direction. The result is visual storytelling that feels alive, images that breathe, flow, and connect on a deeper emotional level. Beyond the artistry itself, Liz is passionate about building genuine connections with conscious, like-minded humans and brands around the world, collaborating to create visuals that feel authentic and lasting. Her work has been recognized internationally and published in Vogue UK, Elle, Elle Official, Marie Claire, Contributor, Nasty Magazine, and Mother Muse, placing her among a growing group of photographers shaping contemporary visual culture. In this conversation, Liz and I explore her journey as an artist in Vancouver, why she chooses to work with both analog and digital photography, how dance and movement influence the way she directs and composes images, the importance of collaboration and the human connection in creative work, creating imagery that feels timeless in a fast-moving digital world. Before we jump in, I also want to remind listeners about the Photography Heals Your Soul portrait project. This project is dedicated to turning the lens towards the creator behind the camera, the photographers, filmmakers, and artists who spend their lives capturing everybody else. If you'd like to support the project and help bring it across Canada and the United States, you can find the GoFundMe link in the show notes. Now let's get into it. This is Liz Rosa on the Life of PHYS.
Cool. All right. My name is Liz Rosa. I am born and raised Vancouver, BC, a rare breed. I just grew up being surrounded by the arts. My mom owns a dance studio. My dad is like a sneaky secret artist. He loves to like draw and paint. And I've just always been around performers and singers, dancers. It just kind of felt natural to progress into that world once I was out of school. And all throughout high school, I was like obsessed with photography. I would skip class and go sneak into the school dark room and just that was my big nerd out moments when it came to photography. And then I would just grab my girlfriends on the weekends and like dress them up in my mom's cool old like dance costumes or like cool old wardrobe. And we would just like go to the beach and just create these moments and worlds for them to live in. And that was like what we did for fun. And after we graduated high school, I kind of fell into like Langara by accident because I wasn't sure I even wanted to be a photographer. I just kind of wanted to do something artsy fartsy, and I love to paint and draw too. So I actually tried to get into Emily Carr and I got denied. So I landed at Langara, which was obviously meant to be. And it was a pretty intense course. So I started to take it a bit more seriously than I thought I would. And at the very end, we had to do a practicum with a photographer that we loved. And they, like Langara is awesome, but they're quite technical. And I really wanted to get into shooting fashion because that's the direction I wanted to go in. So I found Odette Sugarman, who was this amazing photographer, was in LA, shot for Vogue and Playboy and all the things, Guess ads, which was like my pinnacle back then.
The old Guess ads were
like the old
insane.
ones.
Yeah.
Oh, epic. And she did many of those. And I reached out to her and I was like 19 years old. And I was like, hi, can I come down to LA for a couple weeks and just do a little shadow with you? And I just would love to learn some things. And she was like, oh my God, come on down, stay in my Hollywood apartment, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh my God, no way. I can't believe she said yes. So my mom flew me down. She's like, I don't know if you need to go to LA by yourself at 19 right now. So she came down with me for a few days, got me settled, and then I ended up staying like a couple weeks longer than I was supposed to just because I was having so much fun. And she was just awesome. And I feel like that just sparked something in me because I saw a little bit of myself in her. I think she was like mid 40s when I went to go intern with her. but that was it for me. I was like, okay, this is what I'm doing. Like, I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna go like gung ho. And I just started renting equipment every weekend and kind of doing the same thing I did in high school with my friends, but just at the next level, of course, and like planning all these creatives and reaching out to local stylists and makeup artists and just like I just went full throttle. And I feel like a lot of my connections had to do with the dance world. Like I said, my mom owned a dance studio and I grew up as a dancer my whole life. And I loved direction and movement and I loved like choreography. And I feel like that totally clicked too. Like with photography, I was able to direct very easily and I had a really good like sense of self to describe what I was after. If that makes sense.
Yep.
So I would get my dance friends and we would just play and mess around. And that's kind of how I built my portfolio when I was really young. I went back and forth to LA and Odette would kind of like set me up with cool agencies and makeup artists, like these people that were way above my my skill level at the time. But that just made me grow so fast because you gotta like step up when you're working with these people.
Yeah,
So,
you're thrown right in the fire.
oh my
Like
God,
you
yeah.
gotta be
Like you
on
gotta
point.
go.
But what I love is that you took that chance. You took that, you had this thing you had to do, but you took a chance and reached out to someone who was established, someone who was doing what you wanted to do,
Really.
with no prior meeting, nothing. You're like, hey, can I do this? And they said, yeah, come on down. And you said yes. You were on the way.
Oh
That
yeah.
is so important for people to hear. I mean, it took me a long time to realize how much I need to say yes to opportunities. So this year coming up is all about being yes for jobs, yes for this, yes for that.
That's
Um,
literally what I said too. I'm like, I need to be a yes woman because I feel like you can get so stuck in your bubble, your comfort bubble, and it happens naturally, especially when you grow a little older and you have your routine and your people. And then you're like, wait a minute. What happened to that 19-year-old that was like fearless? It was almost like ignorance is bliss. Like you're just there's no fear of failure because you don't even know what that means yet. Like it just is you need to get that back a little bit in your, in the next phases of life. That's
yeah,
where I'm at right now.
and as we said before we started recording, my daughter is who introduced me to your work. She's a huge fan of what you do.
That's
She's also a
awesome.
graduate from the Langara program. Hopefully this year she steps back into capturing her fashion, but she did everything like you. In
Yeah.
high school, she was 100% photo. She would do photo shoots with her friends. She'd take
Yeah.
her siblings out and come up with these magical photo scenes that they would do. They would carry this huge mirror I used to have above my fireplace. I'd
Yeah.
come home and it would be gone, and they'd be in the forest using the mirror as
Oh
part of
my
the
God, that
prop.
was totally me. I would just steal my mom's furniture and like put it in the woods.
And I mean, you've worked with some amazing people. I mean, you've worked
Yeah.
with the Canadian legend who her story is incredible, Pamela Anderson. Um, I saw that and I was just like, you know what? Like, there's got to be something to your story that allowed you to connect with her and everything she's been through. Coming back to homegrown roots is where she is now. How
No,
did
it's
that come
super
about?
cool. So that was a personal connection. Actually, the my friend Bernard, our mutual friend, was managing her at the time. And I feel like it was kind of before this like reawakening. So she was still in her like glammy kind of like, sex symbol era. But she was maturing a little bit and you could tell she was like outgrowing it. But the first shoot we did was this like super sexy glam shoot and it was amazing. And I was, I think I was 9 months pregnant the first time we shot. So I was like waddling around shooting this goddess bombshell. And we definitely connected. She's the sweetest human ever. And she just, you could, I don't know, she was almost seemed a little bit insecure. And we had shot a couple more times after that, just for her socials, for whatever, just for fun, even. And then that's kind of the beginning of when she started doing her home reno shows and her cooking shows and getting herself. I think her sons then took over her management around that time, and they're just like, okay, mom, we're gonna like reinvent you and like get you into this next level, because there's so much untapped like life left in you. And there was like, people are freaking out over her, and with good reason. She's an amazing, inspiring human, and we kind of got to keep shooting throughout that like transformation, which was really awesome to see. And yeah, I mean, hopefully we get to continue shooting. I haven't shot her probably in like a year now, but she's yeah, she's wild. But again, stems from personal connections, which are crazy important in this industry, like almost as important as talent itself.
It's insane. I've been very blessed with the show that I've got to meet certain people,
Yeah,
and that's opened up doors to people I'd never imagined coming on.
totally.
And like she's on my list, and I would love to have her on just to share her story, because it's so
No,
wild,
she's amazing.
from
Yeah.
how she was discovered to, whatever her craziness throughout her Hollywood, to coming home and becoming just so content with just being her.
Yeah.
And
It's
it's
like
such,
coming home to self. It's like
yep,
the ultimate story. It's
yeah,
amazing to see. And like for it to be documented for the world to see. It's wild.
yeah. And that is so important for people to see now
Yeah.
more than ever, because everybody's so concerned about, being famous and having these likes and having this presence on social media and
Well,
being
and
this
everyone's just
influencer.
like looking the same. Everyone and everything is starting just to look the same. And you can tell she's just like, fuck that.
Yep.
Excuse my
No,
language.
no worries. Um, yeah. So the fact that you've got to capture her from that kind of that transition phase, I'm
Oh,
interested
so
to see if
cool.
you, on the next journey where she is just back and comfortable 100% with herself,
Yeah.
what those images are going to be, because you do have a way of, being able to make every person that you shoot with comfortable. I can see it in the way the photos are. And I'm sure that comes from the being around dance, like you said. I
Yeah.
mean, that dance is very, very structured. You have to
Yes.
you have to figure out it, the choreography, everything in that realm. So you credit that with how you can position people, how you can get connected with them quickly.
Absolutely. Yeah, that has a major part for sure. But I also just feel like being an open person in general, not even necessarily a dancer, like being yeah, just personable and kind and reliable. It speaks volumes, because people are gonna want to work with you or be around you. Like I hope. I'm not trying to even say this about myself, but just in general, I think that's what people are just looking for these days,
Yeah,
you
they're
know?
looking for connection. They're looking
Absolutely.
for, I hate the word because it's been thrown around like crazy, but they're looking
Yeah.
for authenticity. They're
No,
looking for
totally.
real, not just like the big talker who's going to say all these things to you, and then all of a sudden they're like, eh,
Ugh, it's
I can't
literally the
deliver
biggest
any of
ick
it. Yeah.
of life.
So when you're out, trying to get clients or trying to do, like, I'm just trying to figure out the backstory. Like, do you have a
Okay.
studio that you work out of? Do you
I
still approach
do.
clientele? Like, how does that process work for you?
It's kind of all a mishmash, because I've been doing this for 15 years now. So I definitely have like an amazing client base. So I'm not doing a ton of reaching out. However, to I would love to start doing that more, because I feel like I've kind of almost like hit my ceiling here, especially in Vancouver. Like, love Vancouver. It's beautiful, it's safe, it's happy, kind
It,
of.
oh,
And
it's crazy. I don't know if you feel it, but I deal with like these people who live in New York and California, and they're like, "Oh, it's easy, just do this." And then you try to explain to them the population in
no,
Canada
we are a
is
tea
tiny.
size. Yeah.
It's like it just broke. I think last year I read it just broke the population of the state of California, our whole
Yeah,
country. Um,
in the hugest country in the world. Yeah, no, it's pretty wild. And I feel like that's kind of been a bit of a struggle like my whole career. I love to travel as much as possible, and I go to Europe often just because it's so epic and inspiring over there, obviously. And I love old things, and I'm a history nerd and all the things. But I had babies, so things have been kind of put on hold over the last couple years. And I've been forced to stay here in my bubble. And I'm working with some really awesome people. And there is a beautiful creative community in Vancouver. However, it does feel tight and tiny. And I feel like I've just kind of been pushing, like I've been outgrowing it for a while now. And yeah. But anyway, sorry, we're getting off topic. I feel like you asked me.
it's all good. It's all
How
part of
we
it,
get
right?
work. I have a studio with two of my really amazing photography friends. It's called La Arca, and it's in the Dominion Building. I don't know if you know Dominion Building,
Yeah.
but it's that super awesome heritage building right on Cambie Street downtown. And yeah, I just love it there. It's like our little creative haven. And yeah, we do workshops out of our studio sometimes to upcoming photographers. And just, I feel like it's such a nice space to create community too, because there's not a ton of that either in Vancouver. So we get these awesome groups of mostly girls together.
Oh, that's amazing though.
Yeah, and we just like talk shop and trade stories, and it's such a cool thing to do. So I would love to do more of that in the coming
Any
months.
anything that I can do to help get the word out for you, please
Yeah, that would
just
be awesome.
let me know. Um, I'm a dad to three daughters,
Oh my God. Good
and
for you.
I have three sons as well. So and we won't talk about that
You have
yet.
6 children?
I do.
Good Lord.
um,
Wow.
but the last little bit, I've been really trying to put women creatives, women um, in the forefront because
Yeah,
it's such a male dominated industry.
of
And,
course.
and I just want my daughters who listen to the show to be like, hear the stories of you and, hey, we struggle, we fight, but we're still here. We're making things happen. And
Yeah,
this is what we did in hopes that it inspires them to keep fighting. Like my oldest daughter, Brianna,
absolutely.
the one who did Langara's course, she, her photography to me is incredible. She's the one who got me into photography. And then
I love
my,
that you have a family of photographers.
and then my other daughter is just graduated from Capilano Film School.
Awesome.
So she's got a bachelor's in motion picture arts. And it's
That's so
like,
cool.
I just want them to just know that if they keep going and pushing, they can set a precedent and set a standard that, their kids and the rest of the people will be like, you know what, they did it. I can do this. There's a way to
Heck
do it. There's
yes.
a ladder. I'm seeing the steps. I'm on it. Right. It's about inspiring the
See,
next generation and building community, which is
yeah,
so important.
absolutely. And I feel like that's a big part of people forget that there's like hard work to do. It's not just gonna happen overnight. I mean, if you're crazy lucky and it does, good for you, but that wasn't my case. But there's like, it's constant work and it never stops. And that's kind of the cool thing about it too. It's like I can do this until I die,
Yep.
literally, and I can keep on getting better and better and better, or make more and more and more money, or whatever your goal is. It kind of never needs to, it never needs to stop. And I feel like that's what keeps it really inspiring to keep working and to just like, I feel like a large part of the success is being aware of what is happening in your industry and what is catching people's eye and what catches your eye, and trying to, I feel like I started off trying to emulate my heroes and just like nitpicking everything, the retouching, the lighting, the color tones, the choice of model, the choice of clothes, like really zooming in on what makes this freaking image unbelievable and doing that yourself.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of work, but it like you need to do the work and you need to build an epic portfolio that speaks for itself. Because once you start reaching out to people or brands or whatever your plan is, yeah, you need to have the work to back it because there's way, way, way too many photographers in this world. I mean, you know,
It's
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 yeah.
so important to, learn how to write a pitch deck. My,
Yes,
my
yeah.
goodness, I had no clue, and I've been very fortunate. I don't know if you've heard of Kieran Karnani. She's the
100%.
CMO of Harlow. She was the ex-vice president of marketing for Leica.
Oh,
Um,
amazing.
so she has become not only a good friend of mine, she's actually become like a business coach for me,
Very, very cool.
which I've actually sent her your information because they are looking for female creatives to sponsor with lighting.
Oh, no way. That's super
So
cool.
now that you have now that I know you have a studio,
Yeah.
things like that, maybe I can make something happen for you.
That would
Um,
be amazing. Yeah, especially with our workshops to collaborate with some
yeah,
companies as such. That would be awesome.
and I'm always down to collaborate on any projects.
Yeah,
The show gets about 13,000 listens a month, and
that's amazing.
it's been pretty cool to for the people that I meet. I mean, like I feel like everybody who's been on is now a friend. We've had great conversations. We've shared, our own feelings, our own struggles that we find in this industry. We have this
Yeah.
conversation that just connects us. And now, like, it's cool because, like, I could have something that would suit your style perfect. I could be like, hey, I just found this. I've sent it out, but I think you'd be good. Like, here, hit them up. And I've done that with people in Washington, D.C., and they ended up shooting Barack and Michelle Obama.
No way. That's
Right.
amazing.
So it's
Look
just a
at you, the
matter of
connector.
I my number one thing I always say to everyone is I'm community over competition.
No, I love that. And that's how the way it should be.
Yeah.
Like, we got to get over this scarcity mindset because I feel like it just hinders more than helps, you
Well,
know?
the world's such a hard place right now as it is. There's
Yeah.
so much craziness that's happening that if we take that craziness on top of the fact that people in this industry want to fight with each other
You know?
because you shoot a Sony or you shoot a Canon or you shoot a Leica or you shoot a Hasselblad. I don't like
We don't need
anybody,
none of that.
right? And who really needs it? Like, does anybody really care what camera? I mean, I could shoot 15 cameras and you couldn't tell me what camera shot that photo.
No, no, it's not about the camera at all.
Exactly. The camera is a tool for us to create the art that we're making.
Amen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
A mere
it's,
tool.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, I've been really working hard on a project. I've already pitched it to Harlow. They're on board. PHYS actually stands for Photography Heals Your Soul.
Love that.
So I found photography through Brianna when I was going through a ton. There was a lot happening in my personal life. My mom just
Mhm.
passed away. My ex-wife
I'm
had
so
just
sorry.
just overdosed. So I was trying to
Oh,
keep four
me.
kids strong. Um, and like in my early 30s, I lost skateboarding altogether, and that was my creative outlet. That's how I
Mm,
created my art was with a skateboard.
yeah.
And after I broke my left ankle for the ninth time, that was it. There's no more. And I was kind of like lost in a spiral because I grew up not being able to be artistic. I had to play sports. My dad made me do all these things. You want
Mm,
to be art? No, men don't do that. And I'm like, oh, okay. And I realized how stupid that sounds. Um, but it really affected me for a long time. Like 48 is when I got a therapist to start fixing some of my traumas.
wow.
And, so then I picked up the camera and I would shoot a little bit here and there, full auto mode, had no clue how to do anything. And then I happened to come across long exposure water. And I was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I got to
Mhm.
figure that out.
The
That looks so
magic.
cool. Yeah. And I probably spent 3 months trying to capture this same exact photo. And I finally got it. It's horrible. It's hanging on my wall to the left because it's a reminder that is where my crazy obsession with this industry started. Um,
I
so
love that.
I was going to continue a candid street portrait project that Harlow is doing in New York currently with my friend Sean Bruce, and they were all gung ho. And then Kieran goes, "Hey, that doesn't quite sound like it doesn't quite fit your brand. You know, like it's
Yeah.
awesome you want to do it, but let's figure out something that's more geared towards the community you're building." And I was
Hmm.
like, "Oh, that's a cool idea. I like that better." And so the project's going to be, I'm going to travel to pretty everybody who's been on the show. I'm going to
Hmm.
meet them. I'm going to capture a candid portrait, and using
Oh, I love that.
one of the Harlow lights. So they have a light called the Soul. So it was
Hmm.
like this was meant to happen.
Yeah.
So I'll use the light, capture the candid portrait, and then I hand the light to the creator, and then they can capture another creator. They can capture a model of their choice, you know. And then in the book we have the two images opposite page,
Yeah.
and then the write up, the collaboration of the write up about what photography means to us. And then it's all going to be filmed for a small documentary in each city that I go to.
I love that.
Yeah, so that's something I
That's
would love
super
to come
cool.
down and, you know, capture your photo, get you involved in it.
Heck
I think that'd be
yes.
great. But the twist being is I'm going to let Brianna capture your photo because she's so inspired by you. I just thought it would
Oh,
be
that's
the
amazing.
perfect connection. And she would love to work with you. I mean, she talks about your work all the time.
Oh,
And I
I
was
love
like,
that.
this is amazing. Like, this is another woman from your course that you did in
Hmm.
Vancouver shooting the style of photos you want to do. You
Yeah.
can't have a better inspiring or
No, and you
inspiration.
need those people, even those like little like a micro mentor even because I feel like I'm nowhere near even necessarily where I want to be in my career now. And I always feel like it's so flattering when people are like, "Oh my God, can you mentor me? I would love to learn from you." And I'm like, "What? Really?" Sure, because I have had that too. And I like you know, you realize you're in those shoes and it's so helpful to see someone even just a few steps ahead of you. It's like almost a little more tangible. So that's super cool. I'm happy to help her whenever she needs or wants.
I love that. And that's so much about this community building.
Yeah,
You know, it's not about going into a room of people being like, "Oh, look at me, I'm so good." It's going into a room of people
absolutely not.
willing to put what you've learned on the table and being like,
Mhm.
"How can I help you get here?"
Yeah,
You know,
totally.
it,
Community is crazy. Like this industry is quite, I mean, this craft is quite lonely. Like photography is a loner job.
yeah,
I feel like most of my days are spent, I mean, not with my kids right now, but before I would just be editing by myself or shooting obviously not by myself with a team, but it still was like your solo mission kind of thing. It felt very much like one woman show. And to have friends and family or community peers that are in similar situations as you and can relate to your mental state if you're having like a crisis, it's so helpful to have those sound ears, you know, for you. Yeah. Like that and therapy helps too.
oh, when I started, you know, I held on to a lot of my childhood trauma for way too long
Yeah.
because I was a man and don't show emotions, and we push
But
it
good for
down.
you for
Eh,
getting there because a lot of men do not
Well,
still.
then a lot of men that don't or think they still have to hold on to everything that's happened to them in their past should go listen to my James Rice episode, because it's the first episode where I talk about what's happened to me,
Okay.
and
I'm gonna go listen to
he
this.
shares what happened to his mom and how it affected him.
Wow.
And it was it's my favorite episode, and I don't say that lightly because I love every episode,
Mhm.
but it was the first one when I really realized it was okay to talk about not being okay,
Yeah.
and looking for answers to not dwell on everything I dealt with growing up, and tried to not pass on to my own children, which, you know, we didn't have it easy. I was a single dad for almost 10 years,
Wow.
four.
That's
So it was
amazing.
like, you know, my brain kind of shut off and just went into coast mode to make things happen and make sure they had the mortgage got paid and the heat's paid and there's food in the fridge,
Oh
so
yeah, you're just like, yeah,
and
like
now
survival mode.
100%. And now I'm constantly sitting here going, okay, well, how can I make this happen? How can I make this bigger? What do I need to do? And I'm reading and researching and trying to connect with people and build community, offering my support wherever I can, whether it's coming down and recording it, giving people an experience of talking on a microphone,
Yeah.
you know?
It's also just cool now that I feel like you have this second chance at your like this creative endeavor. Like this is a whole other chapter for you and you're a whole new person after raising your babies, and it's just like it's so amazing to see. Like congratulations.
Oh, thank you. And it's true. I actually said something similar not long ago. I was like, I spent so much time focused on how we were going to survive and get by. I've kind of forgot about who I was and what meant something to me. And when I
Yeah,
was able to find that creative spark again, it just ignited this whole new person.
whole new
Well,
pathway.
maybe not
That's
even
what they
not a new person. It inspired the real me to finally shed those layers of nonsense I was told my whole life.
yes.
So I'm here. I'm also hoping I showed my own children. I was 48 when I jumped into this with 2 feet, like just
Yeah.
dove. And through all
That's how
this,
you do though.
yeah, through all this, I found my birth family. So I found my birth mom. I found my
No
birth father.
way.
I found out that my indigenous community is from Merritt, but I was born in Oregon. So it's such a crazy connection. And I've just discovered so many things and I've met so many amazing people. And it's all been so rewarding. And it allows me to get on here and just talk very comfortably with yourself and with everybody else because I feel like I'm making a difference. You know,
Absolutely.
if
People
these
have to shed light on little these little artists that are just working away and trying to make the world a more beautiful place. They do say that about creatives, which I think is super cool, is that we are like the lucky ones, we're the blessed ones because it means all of our needs are met. So we have space for our creative minds to flourish. Like when you're in survival mode, you don't have that capacity necessarily. And yes, you can be a creative in any sense, but to really have that space to create a career out of being a creative, it's a special thing.
yeah. Oh, I couldn't have said it better myself. Like that is so true. Um, One of the biggest things too I feel like creatives need to learn is rejection should never be negative.
No,
We all get rejected. We
I mean, it
all,
stings, but
but
it's guiding you to, either something you need to learn, another, and like just another path, a different doorway, and to, it's just a what do you call it? When you're just guiding, we're rerouting. It's
yeah.
all, yeah.
So if you could give the listeners one bit of wisdom that you've learned in the 15 years you've been capturing incredible photos, what would it be?
Oh my God, there's so many things.
You can list them
I
all. That's fine. But, I always got to try to narrow it down to the one.
Yeah, no, totally fair. Just like just go for it. Like figure out what makes you you, like what your taste is. Like hone in on your taste, make that part of what you're trying to express. Um, just like put in the work, look around and find out. I feel like that's everything is just experimenting and playing and having fun sometimes, most of the time, but like just oh my God, I feel like there's too many things to say. Be true to yourself because I feel like that is the base of it all, is the truth. And um yeah, don't be afraid. Go out there, like inspire yourself, keep yourself home, like take care of yourself too, take care of your mind. Just like you are a vessel, like you are a vessel that is channeling creative wisdom with your art.
That was amazing.
Don't take life so seriously. Yeah, I feel like I just yeah, you got to have fun with it. Life is
I
an adventure.
yeah, I turned 51 last month, and I was like,
Oh my
well,
gosh.
all my filters are gone. I no longer have a filter. I'm just
No.
I just say whatever I'm gonna say, and that's just how it is. But
Yeah.
it's important to have enough belief in your work, whether people tell you it's crap, people tell you that you should quit. If you have enough faith in what you're doing, we all progress and get better. You know?
100%.
And
Yeah, you got to
everybody on the
believe in
internet,
yourself.
yeah, everybody on the internet has a negative to say about everyone. Doesn't
Yeah.
matter who you are, you know?
Pay no mind. Pay no mind.
So,
Live in your beautiful world that you create for yourself.
yeah, that's the uh, best advice I heard for people on YouTube, because I have to give credit to them. The stuff that gets said to those people is unbelievable.
Hey, trolls are the wildest. I am just like the audacity these people have. I am beyond. I like that's why it's almost scary to be seen at that level by like large populations because I'm just like I don't know if I can handle that, but good on them. That is some wild shit.
Yeah. Oh, their number one comeback is "I hope you heal,"
Yes,
and that's it.
amen.
And you
You're
just move
coming from a
on.
sad place.
Yeah. So a big part of the show for me is the connection between your creative outlet and positive mindset.
Yeah.
You seem pretty connected to the positive aspect of life.
Yes.
Um, can you explain how you've got through those situations where you just feel like the world's trying to beat you down in your art form, and you've come back and here you are today continuing to produce images that are stunning and growing as you go?
Okay, I just like gratitude is number one. Like there, no matter what, there's always something to be grateful for because we are humans on this giant rock in the middle of the universe having this wild experience. And I feel like when you kind of zoom out in life like that and look at things kind of from afar, things aren't so bad, even if they feel so bad. And I feel like throughout my crazy 20s and 30s, I have just kind of discovered certain like healing modalities that really speak to me. And I love meditating and yoga, and I love to pull a card and get my tarot read and just kind of like, I love to live in that spiritual world and just make sure that I have time to close my eyes and connect to myself and listen to my own thoughts. Because I feel like you always come back to yourself when you give yourself that chance to just be quiet for a while. And I feel like that's a really important part of my business practice, I guess you could call it, because it's just, you are the engine that runs everything. So when you break down, there's nothing left. You got to take care of your everything, mental, physical, everything.
Yeah, I find that, one of the biggest things for me is I'm very connected to Mother Earth. I'm
Yeah.
very much,
Oh my God,
if I'm
same.
near water, I have to touch it. It
Yes.
I have to be there. I have to feel
My
like I'm
toe is
grounded.
in. Yep.
It has to be. I used to shoot wildlife, and I would thank the animal for giving me that moment with them. And you'd
Absolutely.
be around a group of people, and they'd all turn their heads and give you this look of weirdness, like, "Did you just thank that animal?" Yeah,
Like, heck
because
yes, I did.
that's an amazing experience,
Yeah.
to have that animal give me a few seconds of its time to allow me to capture the image, without causing any
Absolutely.
harm. And
It's an
you thank it,
exchange.
and they always come back to you. So it's
Love that.
being in there. So, hearing that that's your outlook, that spiritual outlook, and how important it is. Um, I feel, I don't know how you feel, but I feel like I have the deepest amount of I can do anything is what I'll say. Like I have so much faith in my abilities that nothing else matters, no matter where it puts me financially, physically, mentally. I just have this crazy feeling like no matter what I do, I'm going to make it happen.
I love
And
that. I
if
definitely
money,
have moments of that.
yeah,
That, yes. And you got to like ride that
yeah.
because it doesn't happen all the time. For me, not all the time. But sometimes I'm like, yeah, I'm just going to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to shoot my Vogue cover. I'm going to go live in Paris for a while. I'm just going to do all of these things that I've pictured for myself literally since I was 13. So
I look forward to
we're
watching
gonna,
you achieve them.
thank you. Me too.
Well, that's the thing is I love hearing that because that's how I've been, you know, I was like that all the time. Like even when it was football, I'm going to be the best player. I don't care what anybody says to me, just having that faith in what I can do, what I could put my body
Absolutely.
through. It was going to make, it caused me a lot of issues later in life, but still, like I just I feel like this podcast platform and, the grounds of being connection, the story of the artist, the connection to creativity and mental health, things
And
like
just like
that.
the opportunity like for growth in this too is unbelievable. Like I was saying before, it's you have a limitless ceiling above you, you know? It's exciting.
And you're part of it.
Thank you.
My daughter, you posted that on Instagram. It was like, guess who's going to be on a podcast? And my daughter screenshotted it and sent it to me. And she's like, is she talking about yours? And I was like, I don't know, maybe.
I don't know. You'll have to find
But it
out.
was just it's neat because like seeing my own child be that excited for a guest that's coming on.
No,
And
that's
like,
awesome.
it's crazy. Like you're inspiring so many people
Thank
with your
you.
work. And even if they don't tell you that, you have to be like, just, I look at your work and I'm moving into learning how to shoot portrait now.
Awesome.
And I'm looking at it and I'm like, oh, okay, I can see. I see how, okay, I'm understanding how this is working because it's always scared me, really, like just to shoot
It's
portrait because
scary.
I know if you don't do it right, it can really not turn out the way you want and cause a lot of grief with the people.
It's hard. That's the thing. It's hard when you have other humans involved that are, starting to rely on you to create good work, and you're like, "Dang, can't screw this up."
Yeah. How do you
But yeah,
stay inspired?
it's fun. I just like you kind of mentioned, I'm so inspired by life, Mother Nature, like life's little nuances. I feel like I've always had this crazy awareness of things that I'm drawn to that are beautiful, like in the natural world. And I feel like that just in like the way the light falls on something, it just always sparks something in me because it makes me feel a certain way. So when I'm not traveling to Europe, which is my like happy inspo place, I'm just finding it in like everyday little things in life, and keeping your mind open like that is so important, I think, because like you said, life is crazy. The world is chaotic, but it's also still full of beauty and magic, and you got to keep your eye out for that stuff because that's kind of what, keeps the spark alive.
Yeah, I mean, every photographer I know has had a bout with burnout.
Oh yeah, that's me right now.
Yeah. Like, and that's been me. Like I shot a wedding was the only time I've shot in the last 6 months.
Yeah,
And I got thrown into the fire because
like that's enough.
I'm not a wedding shooter, um, at all, but I did it for a buddy and,
Yeah.
I just hopefully gave them what they were hoping for. And, it was
Do you
crazy.
feel like you did?
No, but I'm never happy with my own stuff.
Yeah,
I'm hypercritical of every detail.
same.
I will go through every photo and I'll blow it up to 300% to look at, nope, it's not sharp there. And
No,
it's
you have
something,
to like do the opposite and stand far away.
yeah. I also have learned that I have to edit and then put them in a file and come back in a few days
Mhm.
because you're so invested in it when you're editing that photo that it's never going to look right. And when you come back, you
No,
can see where you made what you need to fix, or you can see like, oh man, that photo is a banger. I'm gonna post it.
Oh, I'll come back to the same photo like 17 times sometimes. That's like a very toxic trait that I
Yeah.
possess. It's not
Uh,
fun to be like that.
I think it's most artists. Most artists are we're very critical of our own work, and it's
Yes,
because we know what we're capable of.
absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
But also sometimes it's like progress over perfection, and you need to learn how to just release things into the world because if you don't, you're going to drive yourself insane.
yeah. No, that mention of that workshops with you guys, that's something that I
Yeah.
think could be really beneficial, especially in Vancouver. Um,
Yes, we've had such amazing feedback so far. We get usually a group of like 12 to 15, and we will do like a full weekend intensive, and we'll talk business, we'll tell stories, we'll do editing, post-production, pitching, and then we'll hire really beautiful model stylists, makeup artists, and kind of create a photo shoot for them. And then we kind of interchange everybody so they can have the opportunity to kind of get some new material for their own portfolios.
that's
So it's a
incredible.
full on jam, immersive, awesome weekends. And I
Well,
think we'll be doing a couple more
let me
next
know,
year.
and I'll post them up to just try to drive more
Awesome.
people. Like,
Yeah, that would be
yeah,
great.
and
Appreciate
whatever I can do to help. I mean, I just want to see. I want to see us start to have a base of a photographic community like they have in New York.
Totally.
Like,
And we totally can. It's
I
here
am
for us. We
blown
need it.
away when I watch my friends in New York, and I watch their, like, they'll post an Instagram reel every night of the week doing something at some photography event, some gallery opening, and I'm like,
Yeah.
where is that here? Like,
It's hard. It's few and far between for sure. It is hard to live in this city who I just feel like there's a lot of like red tape to get past, and it's hard to it's they don't make it easy for independent artists to fly. I don't really know why and what is going on, but I feel like Vancouver's always kind of had that issue. And a lot of amazing artists leave and they go to places like New York and LA and wherever because you have to. It's kind of your only option. So it
yeah,
would be amazing to build something like that here. And I feel like maybe slowly we can, but you know, it's going to take a little.
I think it's possible for sure, but
Yeah.
I've noticed like all the independent galleries don't last long.
No,
You get them for a year or two, and then they struggle to make rent because rent's astronomical.
insane. And then
Yeah,
it's also crazy for us to rent out too. Like for artists to rent a gallery would be like a few $1,000s a night.
yeah.
Like, yeah, it's tough. It's not easy.
I just really want to see others go after the dream, and if I can somehow inspire them through these conversations that we're having, where someone's like, "Man, that conversation made me think just a little bit different," and wow,
Yeah,
what a difference! It's like you touch one person, and you've done what you set out to do.
absolutely. But it's also like that ripple effect too, right?
Yep.
It's cool to have even one little thing that sparks something in somebody.
Yeah. Oh, I fully agree. I got
Yeah.
two more questions for you.
Yes.
So the first one is, where's the best place for people to find you? And then the second one, I don't ever do this, but can you give Brianna, my daughter, a little inspirational go? And because she's gonna be so gung ho to come and work with you and do
Oh my God,
whatever.
that's so funny. I
So
love it.
I just think given this will just give her a little bit of spark that she could probably use right now.
Okay, Brianna, you gotta do it. I'm so excited for you. I'm sure you're amazing. And it just, yeah, call me anytime. I'm here for you.
Love it.
And first question, I feel like the best place to find me is probably Instagram, which is where I live. I'm just at Liz Rosa, Lazrosa. Um, yeah, yeah. Thank you so much for having me. You're just such an easy, chill dude to talk to.
I just want to hear your story. Like, I'm inspired by the story
Yeah, I
and the
hope I
journey.
inspired somebody.
You, I guarantee you did, because if people don't know you currently, they need to, because you do carry, one, you have a great personality and you're a great person, but two, your work speaks for itself.
Thank
So, you know, hopefully I can get Kieran to reach out to you and maybe just, figure out, because she did the Leica Women of Photography. That was her idea. Like, she's done all these things, and she's very much for empowerment of women in the industry.
Yeah,
So I think if I could connect you two, it might just be that next level. So
that would be amazing.
I will do whatever I can to make that happen.
Awesome.
Perfect. Well, enjoy the rest of your evening. Thank you for tuning in to the Life of PHYS podcast. I hope today's conversation brought you insight, inspiration, or just a fresh perspective on the creative journey. If you enjoyed the episode, be sure to follow, rate, and leave a review wherever you listen to podcasts. It really helps us grow and reach more listeners like you. For updates, behind-the-scene content, and more, please follow us on all social medias at LIFE_OF_PHYS. And don't forget to check out the show notes for links and resources from today's episode. Until next time, stay curious, stay creative, and keep living the life of creativity.